project. The nickel mining project that is behind Lumi is because the company that's supporting it and backing it is actually a nickel mining company in Indonesia. But I think the most important thing is we are trying to build an ecosystem, and we try to help a lot of we try to develop dApps that can be applied into other businesses, and Lumi shall be the center of it. And so the launchpad will help us to kickstart all these dApps that we are making. So one of the dApps that recently we have collaboration with one of the government main contractor that does reclamation and dredging work. I mean, by the business itself is pretty boring business, but because they have a wide range of connection with different subcontractor, main contractor, and they have access to specific projects. We decided to use their resources and work onto and make a DAO organization powered project funding crowdfunding platform, which we are on development. I think the development should be able to be done in the next month. And having that, you are able to exchange the governance token of theirs using Lumi token. So that will be the first initial way you can ever get this governance token. And having access of this governance token means you can cast community votes on certain decisions in a DAO organization, such as voting for the project, voting for the subcontractor that's in it. So this is one of the very exciting upcoming project that actually, we keep on mentioning that we want to have real world application, and this is exactly one of the example of how we can bring this decentralized ecosystem into real world with on all these offline business or even traditional businesses. Because when we launched Lumi, one of the key things that I've seen is that everyone is talking about DeFi, but how much application does DeFi really have in the real world business? We all are talking about, yes, there are swaps, decentralized exchange. Those are very important mechanics, but there's no point to just copy them when there's already something and just try to imitate all the successful one. There are crypto lending projects like Aave, all these. Yes, they do function in a certain way in the crypto space, and they are very important in DeFi. But we have to also find a way to integrate these crypto financial services into something that between business to business they can operate, and that is through certain specific application. And one of the company that is doing it very well is VeChain. And VeChain, if you have ever looked into their documentation, how they do the logistic tracking and management, is actually very effective and useful for actual logistic company to come on board to them and the application. And that's the type of things that we want to achieve. We want to have certain things whereby any other businesses of their field, as long as it's applicable, they can come into here and use our applications and benefit from that. So this is one of the reasons why we are building Lumi, and we have collaborations like Senna. And on top of that, we are also aware about the NFT trend. So Idea Factory, our development team, we also launch our own NFT project called Fenders. And this is something that I'm personally very excited about, because Fenders will be on Lumi launch next month, and you can invest in Fenders token with Lumi, right? So what is Fenders exactly? Fenders is actually a marketplace for NFT. Like if you talk about marketplace for NFT, there are so many NFT marketplace, OpenSea, Rarible, and different sorts of things. But most of them, NFT people are just talking about game NFT like X, Sandbox. And we also have digital artwork, it's all over the place. And there's an upcoming trend other than this tool, which is social NFT. A lot of influencer, content creator with a certain fan base, they are also starting to launch their own NFTs. And some of it, of course, a lot of fans, they invest in all these social NFT in hope that this creator, their fame will go up, and therefore the value. I mean, it's just talking about pure speculation. And but if you talk about social NFT is actually something that's very useful for creator, and it's also a very good way for the fans to show support to their their idol or celebrity or whoever. But it's not yet adopted widely. Of course, one or two of them, they have some indie project out there, but I think what is lacking is actually a platform that specifically in supporting the marketing, the formation, the creation of all these social NFT for creators. So we and in our platform, all these social NFT will not just be like a single photo. It can be an album, it can be music, it can be a short clip. So people can creator, they can launch it in a private manner. So of course you just see a cover of it and a description and certain things about it, and they can issue a limited quantity, and fans can actually pick for all these private exclusive NFTs. So it's not really hard to expect if, let's say, a YouTuber has like about 1 million followers and he issue NFT and maybe 10 only limited to 5 holders. It's not hard to picture that thing actually go up to like tens of thousands dollars easily, and that could, as long as the following base is real. And this is also a way, so-called for creator to monetize the followership. But I mean, monetize may not be the most best word to use. Maybe it's more for it's for them to really convert their value, right? And all this money is not like people buy it and they just lose it. They can resell it. Somehow it's an investment grade, especially as long as the creator constantly improve its content, its channel, its fan base. Yeah, so time to time, even myself, I would love if let's say I love Uncle Roger video. If Uncle Roger can come out with that, I will buy, right? So to support him. Yeah, so this is just one of the examples. And we will continue, as a development team, we will continue to bring on board more of a project whereby we have vetted through and we are sure that, they're good. We know about the founder and stuff, right? Anyway, this is an open discussion. Anyone can ask questions here rather than me just talking here. Yeah. I have gone through about the 3 of the most recent games that are coming to our ecosystem. In terms of timeline, Vice is already on the farm. Their games should be out in a couple of these 1-2 weeks. They will roll out games one by one. From what I know is they are rolling. Of course, the first game is a simple game like Wheel of Fortune, followed by Slot Machine. After that, they will roll out card games. And the apps, probably by end of this year, both apps will be ready. So it's a live stream app. They will bring on board models, right? You can have a private chat feature, etc. Yes. So, if anyone has a question, you can feel free to unmute your mic and ask me anything if you want to. I mean, I'm always very open here. Anyway, I also want to get to know everyone. I mean, I saw the demographic in this group. I saw a lot of Indonesian, a lot of Vietnamese, Middle East friends, European. I mean, it's very diverse. So sorry, online sport video. Yeah. Are you trying to speak? Because it's making a lot of noise. If you don't mind.
Yes.
Yeah, I can hear you. Hello.
Okay,
Hi.
yeah, I'm from Ethiopia, so sorry for my language. It is not my first language. My first language is Amharic. Sorry for my pronunciation. And
Sure, no problem.
and I have a question. What is Lumi? I don't know. In my country, I have not heard about it. So what does it mean, Lumi? What is the Lumi? And about
Sorry. It's, the mic is making a lot of noise. Would you mind if you can PM me your question, or maybe write in the group, because we couldn't hear it clearly.
Okay, what does it mean, Lumi? What is
Okay,
the use of Lumi?
okay, sure. So we go back to the key place of sure. So, so our friend here asked about what is Lumi. What exactly does Lumi stand for? So, I mean, what is it about? Lumi is a coin, a crypto coin, right? That we create. But of course, when you have a coin, you also need people will ask what is the utility of the coin? What does it represent? You know, I mean, if it's just empty coin, it means nothing. You must have some application nowadays. We speak about coin, and Lumi is launched by Indonesian nickel mining company, and this nickel mining company owner was one of my long-term client. So we decided to take them up and help them to launch CEO from and uh, what we aim to do is that while providing this kind of base value in terms of business to support Luminos Graha Group in their nickel mining operation, which is in progress. We also, we want to build certain applications that can actually help them in the whole supply chain that they are working on. So in terms of their supply chain management, B2B trades, and also in terms of better governance model. So that's why we roll out Lumi, and on top of that, we are building more, application like the organization that we have for through Sena and more. So I mean, fundamentally, you can just look at Lumi as you are funding a nickel mining operation, and this nickel mining operation will start operating in the next 3 months. And after the 3 months later, the first shipment is 3 months after it started mining. So we are talking about a half-year gap for now. But during this half-year gap, as we are building Lumi, we will also build applications, and other businesses can come on board to use all these applications, because all these applications are targeted for business to business only, right? So business to business or business to consumer, and it can be certain data tracking feature and stuff. All these are the things that we are building now. A lot of work for us, but we will roll one by one as our partner and us sharing their technology with us, and we also help them to integrate with crypto, integrate with smart contracts, and eventually become a usable app. And I think by then things will be more obvious. So right now we are just investing in the future, investing in the in the vision that we have. But of course, with that being said, every single month we are announcing new partnership, and I feel that this is a long-term plan. We are talking about the next 1 year and more. So Lumi is basically about that. About the things we are building, about the partners we have
Thank you.
on top of the bank. Yeah. I hope I answer your question.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
But by the way, where are you from? Nice to meet you, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Sure. And okay, like I said, today this is a community discussion session. Everyone is free to talk. I mean, it's also a good chance for me to get to know everyone in the community. To me, everyone in this 50,000 group is very important to us. Our good friends here. Yep. Okay, so I explained about Lumi already. I also talked about Pendants. I also spoke about Senna and Vice. If anyone missed any part of it, feel free to ask me about any of this collaboration, any of this application that we're building. Yeah, it's perfectly all right. Other than this, we are also having talk with a lot more other companies, but because things are not yet finalized, it's probably at a very early stage. We do not dare to announce them to the community yet. But we are talking to quite a few very exciting ones, and I think the chances are very good. Just as of today, Binance issued the football fan token platform to launch fan token. So this is also one of the trends that has been going on after Chile's project like Chile's and AC Milan. And for us, we are also talking to an ex-Premier League football team, and we are in quite close contact with some of their with them and having discussion. They're from Australia. I can't mention the name of the team yet until we sign the MOU and we have actual confirmation. But so like I said, Lumi will be more than just traditional business, nickel mining. It's also about, we also have NFT platform. We also have exciting collaboration with even ex-Premier League football team, even though they're not Premier League, but they left Premier League last year. So they are ex-Premier League, pretty decent start for us to venture into this fan token area also. Yeah, like I said, I can't mention it yet, but probably you will get to know that the next 1-2 months, because I don't think it will drag too long before we have a confirmation. Hi Frank, welcome to the talk call. So for those that just joined in this call, like I said, this is a community discussion session, not really too much of an AMA or just listen to me talking. I have but just I have already gone through most of the project, Lumi, Vice, fandoms. So feel free to ask me anything about them.
Will, can I, on
Yep.
behalf of the people, I want to ask more about Sena and the
Sure.
practical it to our world. Yeah.
Sure. Okay. Sena is one of the major contractor. The website is almost done. So maybe next week when I send out more details about Sena, I can send into the group. People can check their company background. This is quite a major, government contractor because they do things like dredging and reclamation project for the Indonesian government, and they engage with a lot of subcontractors here and there, and one of the main issue when subcontractor in this type of business, be it reclamation, dredging, or even construction, or this, one of the big issue is financing, and also to make sure that the subcontractor that you pick has the ability in carrying out the project, and also has the capacity and has a reliability. So Sena token itself, so what we do is we do a launch on the Sena token, and then of course through that we will formulate a Sena fund. And this fund will be governed by in the form of this DAO organization, because this is something that Lumi is lacking. We haven't formed a DAO within Lumi ecosystem, and so we hope to through this through this partnership with them, we can access to all these projects and all these contractor, and therefore make things applicable. There's no point for us to create a platform, but there's no business using it. There's no access to things, and then the platform is just empty platform with empty dreams, right? So we are all here to talk about practicality. So that's why we only roll it out after we have this confirmation of this partnership with Sena. So Sena itself is a governance token, and you can only buy it at the early stage. You can only buy it using Lumi token until it will be months until you actually go independent and so on. And it's very closely tied to us. So what we do is we do a crowdfund to this Sena and to formulate this DAO fund, foundation fund. And then of course what happens next is that we will list out the project with all the subcontractors submitting their project proposal. And that's when all the token holder of this Sena, they are able to vote based on which project to participate on, which project to fund on, and the whole protocol will fund that, finance that that subcontractor or that project, and through up until the end of it, and through the participation, people will get rewarded. And how much they get rewarded, it depends on the proposal they submitted. So each individual proposal, they will make an offer, to the community. Maybe they give out 50%, 30%, or whatever. So everyone has to judge. Of course, there will be advisor in Sena. They will also give certain opinion in terms of professional opinion so that everyone can make a better informed decision together. So this is just one thing. So one of the partnerships that we have, and like the other two. Yeah. So I hope I answer your question, Jody.
Yes, thank you. I have one more question. Since of the
Sure.
Sena, you told us that since the Sena is like government token, it also means that it will be worldwide to the whole country in the future, right? Because
No,
it's the government.
It's a governance token. It's not a government token. Sorry. So governance token means that, you know, when you hold a token, you have a certain decision right in certain decision making through voting as a token holder. So that's the meaning of governance token. So yeah, it's not a government token. Yes, Senai does do government project, but Senai is not a government organization. Senai is just a contractor.
I see. Okay.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you. So we spoke about Senna, and I think a lot of people is very curious about, you know, the other things that is coming. So just I also mentioned that we have a lot of more projects that is coming, but those that I have not yet firm up on collaboration or work, 100% firm up or sign the MOU. I cannot announce it to the community. I don't want to make empty promise either, but I can share with you a little bit about what they are and who we are talking to. Like I said, we don't just want to focus on, you know, like as much as we are building certain depths for the businesses, we also want to help out. Some of our businesses are also in other field like art related stuff, or even, you know, there is also a football team. There is almost very close to us and is almost coming on board. This football team is ex-Premier League team. I can't mention their name yet until we sign, but maybe in the next 1 month, I hope I can announce them. I'm very excited about this project, extremely excited. Yep, so we will help them to do a fan token offering as well as, you know, helping them out on their NFT project, and probably the NFT project could potentially come to Fandance. Fandance is a social NFT platform, marketplace. That's an in-house project by our development team. I mean, even before Lumi, we start to take up Lumi, we already started working on the Fandance project. But it's just nice since we are really taking Lumi like our own project. We also want to integrate this marketplace in here because we feel that, you know, it adds some color to here if we put it in, and you can only get Fandom token using Lumi token. So you see, everything about Fandom is going to bring an outward trend towards Lumi, and we hope all these, you know, all these more colorful things that we are really building and we are working hard on can bring more utility to the Lumi ecosystem and to the Lumi token. So time to time people ask me about, you know, Lumi price, how it will go tomorrow. I can't answer you to that. You know, crypto is like that. Tomorrow is up, the day after tomorrow it can down for like 50%. You never know, right? So, but you know, Charles, just like Charles Hawkins, IOHK, he never never discussed much about Cardano's pricing. He only discussed about its development. You see, it's the same idea. We should focus more on the development. I believe as long as we are making real progress on the development and make sure that all this development is not just, you know, we are just here to make story out of story, but actually bring out the actual product that is usable and have a customer base. Eventually there will be more and more adoption that's coming. So whatever price movement now is just a temporary, you know, speculation here and there. Some people just get bored of it. Some people can't wait. Some people, they come in and buy a bit. Some just want to make a quick profit. We never know what kind of mindset people are. But one thing that we know is that, you know, as utility grow more and more people, you know, as time goes, even though right now Lumi price have been very friendly, this week hasn't been moving much, but our holders are increasing. We don't really have much holder to start with because our pre-sale was really pretty short. We just, you know, launched on 1st September and we only rolled marketing in the middle of September. So technically speaking, we only had about 2-3 weeks to really do intensive marketing. But it's not too bad. Right now we're just reserving some marketing energy and plan for the launching of Fandance. Fandance will be officially on Lumi Launchpad on Monday, this coming Monday. And you can start investing in Fandance through using Lumi token. And it's quite an exciting project, quite a fun project. Yeah, feel free. And you can also fund Vice token through Lumi. And Vice, probably the first game will come out this month. And you can have some fun with their games. I mean, this is the whole purpose of, you know, rather than, because if I just talk about project like Send now, yeah, they are very interesting in terms of B2B application, but you know, it's never too bad to have some fun together as a community. There's some fun project here, right? So, yeah. Any more questions? I'm very open to questions. It's a Q&A session rather than myself talking. Yeah. I also want to address one issue, since I haven't heard any question yet. Is that, I mean, people have been asking about Lumi's growth in member has been pretty rapid and fast. Is it bot or what? All I can say is that we never add any bot into the group, but what we do is we do run a lot of campaign. So a lot of people that join in, maybe they just want to participate in our campaign, but not all of them are really intending to buy Lumi. But I believe all these, people, as they observe our growth, they could potentially join the family. And this is the whole purpose I'm hosting this kind of talk. And for now, I will be hosting it more regularly. I want to engage with everyone more frequently, so everyone gets updated. Everyone get to have a place to ask questions. Yep. So I try to make time. Maybe I do it on a weekly basis, every Wednesday or Thursday. Yeah. So I will just set a call prior to it, and feel free to join. Feel free to have a chat over here. Okay. So.
Hi, William. Can I ask you a question?
Yes, hi, Frank.
Hi.
Sure.
How are you doing?
Great, amazing.
Me too. I'm almost weekend here, so it's great. I have a question. I'm
Sure.
for this project for a long time.
Yes.
In crypto, I see 3 to 5 years. I will hold my investment.
Sure.
Can you explain how the community is being updated about the mining process outside, so in the field?
Right. Okay. We will. Thank you for your question. So your question is about how can the community be updated about the mining activity that Lumi is doing on the field,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Okay, great. Sure. So now we are in the process of the concession. We just activated the concession. So what they need to do is they need about 3 months to do the preparation and setup work before the mining on the first site can start. So it will be a long 3 months. I mean, almost 1 month has passed. So there will be about 2 over month left. So hopefully we can have the nickel mining work started by end of this year, and then from there it will take another 3 months until the first shipment to come. So it's projected to be around next year March. We can have the first shipment, and from there we can start to make declaration about the mining profit through the statements and everything on a quarterly basis. So on March we will probably receive the first statement of the shipment, so at least community can see. Yep.
Great, thank you. Because I read the white paper a couple of times, and I was pretty interested in the project because it's something real, something which is going on outside, and of course the buyback program within the next 5 years should burn a lot of Lumi tokens, which is good for holders because token burns will increase the total supply in value.
Yes.
That's why I popped in, and I'm excited about the project, and I'm just like I said, I will DCA in within every month. I will invest something in Lumi. So within a couple of years, I have a pretty good bag of tokens, and I will be following you guys. So keep up the good work, and I will keep following the project. So thank you.
Thank you, Frank.
Thank you. Your words really mean a lot to me, to us. Yeah. So, and I also want to say that Lumi is a long-term project. It's not for short-term speculation. Because nickel mining is quite a big operation. The preparation, it does take time, and even the mining process. But this is a timeline that I can share with the community. So hopefully, if everything is smooth, most likely the first shipment will be on March 2022. But meanwhile, during these 6 months, we cannot just keep the project cold. We have to keep the project warm also. So that's why we are making regular collaboration with different people and different partners. We want to bring in some utility here and there for the community. It's not that because we are not doing mining or what, it's just simply because we have to keep things warm and keep things growing also, even in the short term. So we have a short-term consideration as well as a long-term consideration of the whole picture. So yeah, so I hope everyone can have some patience together over here. And I believe things we'll have a lot of things happening very soon, in a couple of weeks time or even months time, especially when the shipment actually start. That's when the real excitement begins. Yep. So
looking forward to a couple of next months this year and next year. So I'm going to leave the chat now. Thank you guys for the update, and see you soon.
Thank you, Frank. Cheers.
Welcome. Bye.
Thank you,
Cheers.
Frank.
Bye.
Jody. Bye.
Thanks, Frank.
Welcome.
Thanks, sir.
Okay, so yep. Anyone want to ask question? Feel free to. That's the whole purpose of this.
Hello.
Yes. Hi, Alex.
Yeah. I just finished reading about Phantom White paper, and I don't know how the Phantom reward system work, and will the reward be based on community or your evaluation?
Okay, sure. Thank you for your question. So Phantoms is basically a community-driven NFT marketplace. So in this NFT marketplace, if you look at the white paper, the founder is actually holding relatively very little shares, and in terms of rewarding back to the community, is based on the platform earning. So because the platform is charging a fee about 5% on the selling of the NFT and buying of the NFT through on these social NFTs. But this 5%, about 2% of it is burned, and another 2% of it is redistributed. Only 1% of it is used to continue on the maintenance of the platform. So this is how the community can actually benefit from the platform's earning. So by saying platform's earning is different from the token transaction fee. The token transaction fee is actually pretty minimum. So to keep the cost low. But the platform earning is basically the platform fee that Phantoms.io is charging, not the fan token fee, right? So this is not to be confused. So yeah. So I mean, as community, they buy in, they form out the pool for liquidity for the fan token, and people can buy and trade. So fan token actually worth value, right? And we are running an event and competition for on a popularity contest. The registration for all these influencers will come on board on next Monday onwards. They will start registration for 2 weeks registration. And this is how we intend to build the platform, to kickstart the platform. And I do think it's a very exciting project. A community, they get to invest in all these influencer made popularity token, right? All these social NFTs. You can choose to buy the NFT, or you can choose just to be a Phantoms holder. As there are more activity and trading going on to the platform, all this profit eventually will benefit the whole tokenomics and to help out in driving up the pricing. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. That's clear now. Thank you.
Thank you. Any more question? Anyway, I'm from Singapore, so my accent is a bit Singaporean. I hope you guys don't mind. It's not the perfect American English, but right, as long as you guys can catch it. I will keep the call on. Yeah, sure.
Yes, I just want to ask for everyone. I already know this, but what is the platform is similar to Fandoms and Vice for our audience to know?
There are plenty of NFT marketplace in this market, but most of them are like OpenSea, Rarible. These are the two most notable ones. But most of these NFT platforms, they are kind of in a jumble, and in terms not really suitable for social NFT, because majority of them is focusing on digital artwork. People go there to shop for digital artwork. So if today you are a creator, you go to OpenSea and create a social NFT, you probably need to do quite a lot of marketing yourself independently to market your own NFT in order for your own NFT project to be successful, because people don't usually go there to OpenSea to shop for this type of social NFTs, right? But your fandoms, basically we are focusing on that. Of course, there's also another project that is focusing on social NFT, but they are on the explicit end of things, like Come Rocket, right? A funny project, but very well known. Yeah, but they are doing it for the R-rated people superstar. But for us, no, we are more, instead of that, we are focusing on the your creators, like your influencers, like on Instagram, your influencers, your models on Instagram, the YouTubers, people like Uncle Roger, right? We hope he can come on board. Yeah, I love his video. So so this type of creator, this type of people with following base, and I mean, come on, let's just ask everyone this question. I mean, I think everyone knows Uncle Roger. So if Uncle Roger launch an egg fried rice NFT and it's only limited to one friend to buy it, don't you think this NFT is worth something? For me, I sure will buy it, at least for me. So yeah, so this is one of the example of social NFT. Even though he's not really a digital artist, but you see, because the value lies on his following base, the value lies on his fan base. And this is the reason I will invest in that, because I foresee his following base will double in the next 2-3 years. He's getting so famous and growing so fast, right? So our platform is unique in this way. We are not here to focus on all the digital artwork and to compete in that area of things, but just to help the creator out, in also to be able to join into this NFT craze. And I believe all these creators, the actual ones are one of the actual one that actually have a very big application with NFT. This such great thing, such crazy revolution on social media, right? And our work. Yep. Any more questions? Feel free to ask. I will leave the call on. As long as there's a question, I will just continue this call. If for a good 2-3 minutes there's no question, then I think we can call you a day. Yep. So as everyone is thinking or thinking about question here and there, just an introduction about myself. For those that don't know, my name is William. I run the ICO company. Before I was doing ICO development, I was in the banking sector. I do offshore banking to overseas clients, and that's how I get to know a lot of project leader, a lot of business owner. Crypto is something that I've been involved for very long, and I'm a computer science graduate in NUS, National University of Singapore, and I do have some basic programming knowledge also. And from there, after I left the bank, I was involved in the STO project in Bangkok. I helped them help developer in building security tokens and all this. And from there, I formed my team and start to do our own ICO development. And Lumi, yes, sure. Hi, brother. Hey, but he left. So yep. So this is roughly about my background. And anyone has any question? I have to remove this guy. Yeah. So okay. Thanks everyone else for being very nice and respectful here in this call. But time to time we do have troublemakers. We can't control who joined the group. It's a public group. Okay. So I'll leave it on for another 1 minute or two. And if there's any question, we can continue the discussion. If there's none, I will just end the call. I think we spoke quite long here also. And very thankful for everyone's patience here, and especially the interest in wanting to know about Lumi, about the project, about the partners. Okay, last call. Really? Nobody has any more question? Anyway, even after this call, if you are just too shy to ask any question or whatever, you can just DM me. I have some privacy setting for DM, so you can still DM me, but it's just that it may take me some time to see your DM sometimes. Pardon me on that, because there's a lot of promoter messaging me every single day. So I just don't want it to get flooded in spam. Okay, so if there's no more question, thanks everyone. I would like to thank everyone for joining this call and making it engaging, and also all the kind questions. And yep, cheers everyone. Good night.
Thank you, Will.
Thank you. I mean, it can be good night, good morning, right, for some of you. So yep, have a good day. Bye bye.
Bye, sir. Thank you, sir.